Hey, what's up guys, Shadow Steel here, and welcome back to another episode of Railworks Sundays. So last week we had our little mishap with the brakes with the little bus down here. We're going to be continuing our little story. So this is part 4 out of 5 on this whole series. We actually finally got a locomotive for once, or a DMU for once. Would it be a DMU or a rail car? I don't know. It's basically the equivalent of an RDC. Oh, here we go. Okay. 720. Here it is. Now, this is the locomotive I was mentioning earlier that was actually in a visual novel I played. This is actually featured in, oh god, I can't pronounce it off the top of my head, but it's like Metsuri or something like that. Which somebody actually recreated some of the moments of that visual novel in this in this route, which is kind of cute. All right. So what do we do now? I assume we back up to the platform down there, and go to the platform somewhere. There's another one in the shed there. This is for parts. Alright. Throttle forward. Throttle opens wide fast. Alright, let's make sure we're lined. There we go. On the switches. I'm picking up passengers on the platform over there, so we'll run out onto the main and then back up. Alright. Yeah, this little locomotive was featured in a visual novel that I played over the years, or in the past. I'll probably never play it on the channel because, again, it's a visual novel. It doesn't really give you much gameplay, but I will heavily recommend it for anyone that's interested in anime and trains, because I actually have there's like little quirks of the visual novel that it like goes into some little details about trains and railroading, and have like very unique little aspects of it. Forward here. I assume that once we get past the switch here, we can back up into the platform. We'll slow our train down after we get past the switch here. Gradual self lap. Alright. Yeah, stop here. I'm gonna flip the switches. Train back onto the platform there. Going back there. I know those are American American signals, but it's fine. Also, another thing about this little DMU, honestly, if you go into the passenger view, and go right about here, if you turn around, you can see that she sits right there in the seat. Her little 2D character sprite is sitting there in the seat, which is kind of cute. It's a little, like, nice little touch to this locomotive. I think if I press I, yep. So that's for that light. Okay, interesting. So there's no in-cabin lights, eh? Interesting. Oh well. I think there's supposed to be a cabin light somewhere, but I'm not sure, honestly. If I'm remembering correctly, there's also there's nothing on the back end there. Got it. These are like lit. I really do like these cars. Okay. One blast of the horn should do it over the crossing. We should be clear past the switch. So the switches are lined for the main here. Okay. Stopping up the platform. Stop right out here. 7 in the morning run. We're good to go. Throttle in the forward position and open the doors. Alright. You can kind of see her in the background there. Alright, let's make sure that we're set. I'm going to realign the switches here so we don't fling our train off the cliff. We should have the main here. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Alright, let's go. Yeah. Alright. Little speedometer there is kind of nice. I kind of like how this locomotive looks, honestly. It's always been kind of one of my favorites out of this whole DLC. The car is kind of goofy, but there's passengers that are actually modeled in the cab and in the compartment here. That's cool. Approved. Pass signal of danger approved. That's interesting. So I'm assuming there's a switch that's not lined. Now it's lined. Or both signals are green. Okay, that's interesting. Well, that's interesting. I'll shut her down. Again, this is a mechanical locomotive. Huh? Interesting. I do like the fact that there's passengers modeled in the cabin. Or at least put in the cabin, so. Next waypoint. Ah! Frickin' hell. Next station stop is a kilometer out. We should be good. Alright. It's gonna be a long journey with this locomotive, eh? It's still kind of buggy, but okay. Okay, I think if I'm not mistaken here, there's the crossover to the station platform is 45 miles an hour. At least I think. All right, easy does it. All right, we're coming up to the station platform. We should probably get ready with the brakes. Okay. I didn't read that. Yep, we're slowing down too much. There you go. Should be good on the main line there. Kind of wish there was a bell, but there's no bell. I do kind of like the little streak there that shows where the windshield wiper was. That's pretty cool. It's like I'm just doing a review at this point. I've played this DLC a few times before. I shouldn't be so surprised by that. Alright. Easy does it. Into the platform, boys. Kind of looks like a battle, like a submarine type thing. Very riveted. A lot of rivets. You can see it on there, which is nice. You see the signal flashing up there. Oh, jeez, that's restart so suddenly. You gotta approach the signal, approach the station, and firmly grasp it. I'm gonna walk myself up, up to the signal. There you go. How'd you do it? Brakes on. that a grade? There's a grade here. Got it. Alright, we're good. Let's see if I can get a screenshot. Oh, Jesus, that's too close. Ah, fuck! No, sir. Ooh, that looks nice. Little flowers and everything there. Let's see if I can get a good shot. Not quite. Oh, here we go. Off we go. Next drop. She's just blasting the horn like crazy. There we go. Shot. Well, that's a 45. Oh yeah, we're going down this main now. Got it. I think we went down the other main last time, so we're going down the other line. Getting a good tour of the route, ain't we? Oh. What the hell? Yeah, that's not a problem, is it? I think the text box is struggling there. Okay. That's a little funny. Huh. Kind of like the swappy nature of this place. What is this there? Another crossing. Always wanted to add some electronic. What the hell? Oh, okay, never mind. There's like a few areas. So I've been building around for the past 6 years. 6 years now. I've mentioned this a few times on the channel. And Lord knows, I really wanted to add some Japanese influence to the route in some areas, but that will probably be. And this route will probably be one of the requirements at some point. So I do have a few things I want to add to the route's development, but that's neither here nor there. Climbing the grade. Next station stop is over there. About a kilometer out, so not too bad. Big hill, big hill. A very picturesque countryside, isn't it? Engine doesn't sound the greatest, but it's an old piece. It's an older locomotive, sir. She's made of iron, sir. Picking up speed now. That's good. Not sure what that text box was supposed to tell me, but because couldn't see anything about it. Signal indication coming up there. Slow her down. Again, very beautiful countryside. Lovely countryside. Is that a car? I thought I saw some cars traveling on the road, but I don't think there is any like highway traffic or anything like that on this railroad. That's the station up there. We gotta shut it down. Might overrun the. Is that a water tower? That's a water tower. That's cool. On the horn. Got the clear. Got the clear. That was too sudden. Clunk, 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 clunk. Braking sounds. These are into the platform, sir. It's a very picturesque community there, I gotta admit. The whole route is just beautiful. Again, if you have not bought this route, I would highly recommend it, honestly. It's just absolutely gorgeous. It's fun to operate over, because it's one of those routes that, like, you get, like, very picturesque and very scenic routes. I should probably operate a few more, because there's, granted, I have a couple other Japanese routes. I haven't run them very often, but I think there was like difficulty settings, or like some difficulty stuff with it that didn't allow me to play it very often. So, did slam the brakes on a bit too much, but that's fine. I'm still new to this. Well, not really. All right, there we go. Doors closed. Oh, Jesus. Slam the throttle open real quick. Kind of makes you wonder. Oh, God. I heard it for a brief second. I heard a noise from the locomotive, and it sounded like the engine was failing. Which, granted, I would not be surprised. It's 7 miles out from this next stop, or 7 kilometers out. Okay, let's get her moving. No passengers on board. Very beautiful railroad. These locomotives, I will admit, like this just whole aspect of the route, the way it looks and everything, it just looks nice. Coming upgrade now. I haven't even gotten the track speed yet. Going into the mountains again, boys. Alright, easy does it. Oh! Wait, really? I think the station we're stopping at is actually the name of the visual novel, if I'm not mistaken. I might have to double check on that, but it might be the name of the visual novel. So this might actually be set, like, kind of in this, well, not in the same universe, but it might be an actual location in Japan. Would not surprise me, honestly. Union Workshop has always had a good kind of like feel of like how they develop their game, like their DLCs and everything. I'm very much looking forward to the, I think it's called the Tadami line, which is for Train Sim World. Really looking forward to playing that on video, because I've always had like that was that's one of those DLCs. Like that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be really fun. Depends on when it releases, because they've been developing that since Train Sim World 5. I think it was announced back in the early days of Train Sim World 5. It's still in development. So something... Hopefully it's not been canceled. I would hate it if it was canceled. But yeah. It's a handbrake. Tie the handbrake down. Cool. Ah! We're still struggling up the hill here. We don't have the brakes on, so that's interesting. They're not making track speed, that's for damn sure. We'll have to go back down and actually floor it. Maybe. How's the throttle? How's that? 4 kilometers out. We are not making it up this hill. We're at 34 kilometers per hour. We're slowing down significantly, I might add. And we're at full throttle. Whistle. There's a crossing up there. I would expect you to get there a lot faster, but eh. Oh, is this the same? No, it's not. What it is, the valley. It's a very beautiful countryside. I've said that a million times already. Well, not a million, but you get the idea. Okay, now we're picking up speed, but not by much. What is that? What is that? Is that supposed to be a tunnel? Oh, that is. That's a tunnel. Oh, this is the loop. We went the other way around. That's the loop. We're going back the other way around. Holy crap. No wonder we're so slow. Holy hell. Yeah, this is the loop. We are struggling up the hill because this is the loop that we just went on the other scenario. That's funny. Should be able to get a good shot of the locomotive that rolls by here. Because there's a good shot up here. Oh, Jesus. I smell... Oh, fuck. Oh, my nose. Try to get a good shot. Oh, fuck. It's hard to do. Alright. Hopefully that's a good one. Trying to get a good shot of it going around the loop here. Oh. Oh, dear lord. Yeah, this is the whole loop right here. The fact that we're actually picking up speed means that it's less of a grade here. See if I can get a shot of the train as it rolls over the loop. That might do. That might be good. Oh, I don't hear the locomotive anymore. We're at 50. Holy crap! Ah, we're speeding. No, not that slow. Ah! There she is. Speeding along. There she is. Fucking Christ. Sound a couple of blasts of the horn as we whip around this corner at high speed. There you go. Not the most ideal situation, but that's something. Whee! Go to the tunnel. I'll be able to get a shot of it just coming out of the tunnel here. Trying to get some screenshot. Trying to get a thumbnail shot, but trying to figure out where to do it at. Oh, this might be a good one. There you go. Got something. A little couple shots here. Now we're going back upgrade. Great. At least we're going to be at the station soon. Yeah, we're at full throttle now. Full send. Hang on. There's another good shot here. With lighting and everything, that's perfect. Oh, yeah, that's perfect. With the flowers and lighting, this will be perfect. Yeah, this looks nice. Hold on. Let me see if I can get a little closer here. Ah! That did not work. Get the HUD off so I can actually see a little bit better here. Garp. Okay. Hey. Shoot. Trying to get. Oh, I'm in the tunnel somehow. There you go. That'll do. Well, it's not centered in the frame. Let's try this. Bang. Yep. Right through the tunnel. It's just going full reg and it's not doing much. Through the tunnel you go, sir. There's a little gap in between the tunnel there. I'm not sure if I would be able to find that. Wait, does it look... What the fuck? Hold on. Ah! I'm speeding again. Where is it? Oh, dear God. Oh, where we are! Got a light on. Thank you. There's a nice little light. Also, you can't see anything else back there. That's creepy. station. Got a couple thumbnail shots of this video, honestly. Oh, there it is. Yeah, there would be no... What the hell? There's a bridge up there. Wait. Is that the loop? Eh, whatever, it doesn't matter. Is that the loop? Oh, it is the loop. You pass over... You loop around yourself. That's interesting. Ah! Damn it. Did it again. Stop! Stop speeding. We've actually got a 70-kilometer limit coming up here, so we're not too bad off. Got a full tank of gas, at least. I really do think that's actually the name of the visual novel there I'm referring to. It might be. I would have to double check. Oh, we bounced around a bit. Out of the tunnel. Still flinging around this corner. High speed. Oh, we can turn the light off now. There we go. At least for now. Can't say anything. Oh, there's the tunnel. There's the gap between the two tunnels. That's interesting. So you do loop around yourself a little bit. So we're cleared into the station. And after this, I think we have... Yeah, we have 2 more station shops after this. Alright, come on. We're closed for 27 minutes. We're not doing too bad. Oh, dear Lord. We're gonna miss this platform, aren't we? No, we're not. I'll stop before it. That's for damn sure. It's fling past the siding and then it just goes off. Need to into the platform here. So these markers here should, I think, denote where the train is supposed to stop. So let me see if I can do that. Stop! 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 Stop, sir! Did we make it? No, we did not. Not open the doors. Alright, send it back. Back it up. Okay, we're in position. Open the doors. Door slide. Alright, we're doing okay. A little late, but we're doing okay. We've got how many kilometers to go from there? 6. And the final stop is 10. So about 4 kilometers afterwards. Alright. I mean, I don't need a full send it, but we do need to get out of here. There we go. Now we're good. Moving along quite nicely, actually. I do like the fact that passengers come on and off the train here, so that's nice. Is that a disused siding? What is that? Oh, it's a road. That's cool. There you go. Time for the crossing. Good to go. 70 kilometers per hour, boys. Alright. So now that we're on this one, we've got to run about 6 kilometers out to the next station, and we should be good. I think we're going to be going down grade soon here, so we need to be careful on that. Tunnel! There are a lot of tunnels on this line. Tunnel mania. God, I'm an idiot sometimes. Alright, so shut down the throttle. We're going down grade now. Let the train coast. Or not. Again with these tunnels. Like, you just get through a tunnel, and then more tunnels and more tunnels. My God. We got a 50-kilometer limit coming up here after the tunnels. We probably should slow down. Swing around this corner at high speed, aren't we? Just the amount of the engine noise. I know that some people don't like. I'm sure there's people that don't like the engine noise of these locomotives in this in this DLC, simply because it gets degrading after a while. But I would feel like this is how these locomotives would sound. Honestly, like this would be how it would sound. In fact, you could probably look up videos of these locomotives, or at least this particular locomotive. And it really does, probably really does sound like this, honestly. It's really funny to think about. Alright, out of the tunnel we go. Whee! I've watched my fair share of Japanese railroad stuff through my channel and everything. Like, the railroad, like, the Japanese rail network is always very interesting. Why can't I stop? It's not letting me stop. Oh, there we go. Hell was that? Okay. But did we just... Oh, it's just too steep. Yeah, it's too steep. We'll have to use a mixture of engine brake and... Like, with the engine and the throttle, you know. Dear God, how steep is this track? 3.7. Holy hell. You're very close to entering Saluda territory there, boy. Saluda grade, if you don't know, Saluda grade, which is between Asheville and Spartanburg, I believe. At least the version that's in Train Sim Classic. It's like 5 point some odd percent. Like it's like almost 7% grade. And almost 7% grade in one spot. I think it's sand cut, actually. It's one of the steepest grades in America, or was the steepest grade in mainland America. And after its retirement in 2001, I think that went to Kicking Horse Pass over in Canada, where it's like 4%. But the two steepest grades in the United States for a long time were actually part of the Southern Railways network, which is also quite hilarious. Because not only was Saluda part of the Southern, but you also had Red Marble, which we've operated over a few times in real life. Or not in real life, in video game form. With Railroader, which I actually got to do another Railroader video soon, actually. But Red Marble and Saluda grade are probably like the two steepest grades in America. Red Marble is about 4.5, almost 5%. So it's ridiculously steep. And Saluda grade is like closer to 7%. Like, do you want to build a tunnel and a bunch of loops, or do you want to go straight up the side of a mountain? Like, I feel like whoever was in charge of the Southern in the 1800s was like drunk off their ass to the point where it's like, okay, let's just do this, and then just proceeded to do something crazy. One of the more ridiculous natures. And granted, they're not the only railroad that did it. There's quite a few railroads, and mostly the western roads out there. Like the Denver and Rio Grande Western and the Union Pacific in particular. Like both, and even the Southern Pacific, they had pretty steep grades out in the Rockies. Some of them deceivingly so, but like the Denver and Rio Grande Western, I think their steepest grade out on their line was 3% for a while. 3 to 4%. I think the Durango and Silverton actually has... It's either the Durango and Silverton and the Cumbres and Toltec that still have a very steep gradient of close to 4%, which is why many of the trains don't... Like, some of the trains are, like, very short, or at least have to have multiple locomotives powering the train. Which is absolutely insane to think about. These massive K-class 282s, massive by narrow gauge standards, and to some extent standard gauge standards, were just absolutely behemoths of the rails. And they still need, like, I mean, the Durango and Silverton, because of the branch line, it was a former branch line of the Denver and Rio Grande Western. And for one reason or another, when they transformed it into a tourist railroad, and the like that biggest Ks they have out there, the K36s and the K37 they have in operation out there, like they're oftentimes pulling they're pulling about 15 cars at most, not pulling very long trains. I mean, Denver, Rio Grande Southern number 20. Oh, we're speeding again. Rio Grande Southern number 20 was only pulling 4 cars and a caboose, and it was a tonnage, just a little 10-wheeler. The little thing was just like, oh dear God, I can't handle, like the little thing was struggling. Why am I slowing down so much? Did I slam the brakes on too hard? I might have. There we go. Man, this grade is just insane. But yeah, the many railroads in America, especially at the turn of the century, like they were really going at it with like trying to avoid building tunnels and cuts as much as they could. Rather crazy. Either way down this hill. Oh, the tunnel. I will be so glad once we get out of the tunnel territory, because I can now finally see the locomotive out here. Here are the crickets. Yeah, it's definitely a situation where railroading in the United States, it's about big trains and giant grades, at least at this point. And it's just ridiculous on how frequent it tends to be. You know? Where are we at? Is that a river? I can't see anymore. No longer in a car, so I can't see off the side of the track. Or level track here. Alright, shut her down. You're probably not to use, to be fair, I was probably not supposed to be using the brakes for the throttle and everything on the way down, but who knows. That was such a steep grade that I was like, okay, that's probably gonna be a problem. River. Oh, here we go. We're at the station already. Jesus Christ. Apply brakes. Yeah, I think that warns you of the steep grade there. You hear the engine sound a little bit. I don't know if it's actually a problem. The engines are a little wonky. Alright, where are we at? Let me go on this platform here. The platforms are super small, honestly, I gotta admit. Alright, ease her down. Well, I wouldn't say ease her. Well, no. We won't miss the platform. There we go. Doors are open. Let's go. Alright. Man, it's hard to believe I think it's been almost 10 years since I've played this on video. Almost 10 years, I think. I would have to look up when the last time I played the scenario was. I've done it on camera. I don't remember when it was. Alright, we're good. She is. And granted, she's more of a, I think this is kind of a city girl out in the country type thing. Which is becoming more and more of a trope in anime lately. Okay. We got 3 kilometers out, which is not too bad. I think we've been recording for about, 40 minutes. That's pretty good. So technically, The interesting thing about this, about these scenarios, is that, like I mentioned this in the very first episode, the Just Trains version of this DLC that you can buy from Just Trains comes with an extra, I think it's either 2 extra scenarios or an extra scenario altogether. And I believe that is the last scenario that's on this set. The extra scenario is kind of like a spooky story type, like a Halloween style scenario. With a lot of little extra bonus features and whatnot. Well, not bonus features, but like special effects and everything. So I think that's the next scenario on the list, but I might hold it off until October. Because I've never really done like Halloween style episodes that late. It's been a while. And I did a few Halloween episodes back in the past, but I never really did it long term. How far we got? 2 kilometers? Alright. Little house over there. Nice little compound. I like that. That's nice. That's pretty cool. Gotta make sure we get to the station on time. 7:50. A downgrade here. There's that rumbling again. It's very faint, but you can hear it. There's something going on with the engine, I guess. That's just how the engine sounds when it slows, like, picks up, or like, notch up or something. I'm not sure. Ah, we're speeding again. Kinda figured. I figured we'd be going down grade here. There we go. We're in the picturesque country just outside the valley, which is God's and Jesus Christ. Honestly, it's just the amount of the steep grades and everything. Mountain railroading is interesting, especially in Japan. They have knuckle couplers on this thing. I wonder if you could actually knuckle up with American rolling stock with this. If it was on, like, standard gauge tracks. If it was converted to go to standard gauge. I wonder if they could link it up with standard gauge equipment. Or any American equipment, for that matter. It might be worth it. Might be worth trying out. We're picking up speed again. Where's the station clock? Oh, it's like just over here. Oh, shit. Hold on. Are we supposed to switch the switch up there? Where are we? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, we're supposed to flip a switch. There we go. I'm going into the siding there. Didn't even realize it. And we stopped. To be fair, we needed to stop anyway. We had to flip a switch. Did you get the clear? Thank you. Oh, Jesus Christ, the bushes! The tree's so close to the tracks. Alright. Oh yeah, this scenario took about the same amount of time as it said on the thing, so that's good. Not too bad. Oh, the switch. Bang, 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 bang. Flat brakes. A little community here. Bang! How does this use siding? We probably should. Okay. Alright, we're good. Open the doors, get on the floor. Alright. Well, probably won't play the next scenario for a while, but I do have interest in playing it soon. Or eventually. But we got a lot of other stuff we could play. This is the basics of this story, though. The story of Forest Rail. Talk about a crazy little story. Alright, well. The fuck? What the hell? Alright. Well, guys, that's the end of the episode. Like and comment down below. Subscribe if you guys want more. And I will see you guys in the next video. Take care.